The truth behind the Vikings quarterback decision has been revealed by head coach Kevin O'Connell, who elaborated on why the team made the decision to roll with Kyler Murray as their starting quarterback for this season, with Murray himself addressing the great news as the quarterback competition is now officially over. We're going to break down all of that in this episode of Vikings Digest, but first, we are so close to hitting our goal of 3,100 subscribers before the start of the preseason week 1 on Saturday, so if you're part of the 76% of viewers who are not yet subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things Vikings, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any of the episodes when they drop. With that, let's hop right into it, which is that Kevin O'Connell reveals the QB1 truth. So obviously the big news today that came out of Minnesota was that Kyler Murray is officially named the QB1 for the Minnesota Vikings for this season. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, we already knew this was coming, or a lot of people are saying, was it really a competition to begin with? And if you've been following the Minnesota Vikings training camp, it was a little bit closer than a lot of people are going to make it out to be. And it brings a lot of different implications and kind of possibilities for both quarterbacks. For this episode, we are going to focus solely on the Kyler Murray side of things because that is the news that is going to be the most important in this scenario. Tomorrow, we're going to drop an episode on JJ McCarthy, so you won't want to miss that. But starting off with the Kyler Murray stuff and just kicking it right off, JJ McCarthy is the quarterback 2, and now Kyler Murray is the quarterback 1, with Kevin O'Connell talking about it in depth, saying we did name Kyler Murray as our starting quarterback from the outset of the offseason. We've been really intentional, open about the goal of creating just a competitive environment filled with wildly capable players that could then obviously elevate our quarterback room, and through that process, in doing so, elevate our team. And going even further on naming it, just to kind of speak to the quarterback room in general, he's saying, I'm really proud of how Kyler and JJ went about their business. They've been great teammates. I think there's guys really positive feelings towards their own individual outlook on things, as well as our team's confidence in the position. And Kyler Murray, he also took the podium today too, well, kind of sideline of the practice field, I should say, but it was still a press conference where he was talking about being named quarterback 1. Saying, I take this job with great pride. There's been a lot of great quarterbacks to play here in the past, and I hope I can carry that tradition. And this is going to be the fourth different starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings in the past 4 years, and we're almost like the NFC equivalent of the Cleveland Browns at this point with starting quarterbacks. But now Kyler Murray is going to be the next one to step into that. And he was also asked about the quarterback competition, because now that it has now been official that he's the quarterback 1, now kind of the cat's going to be out of the bag a little bit on some things. But talking about the quarterback competition, he kept it very simple, saying, I didn't expect to be handed the job or anything like that. I just expected to come here and compete, and I'm very appreciative of how it was handled. And it was handled in a variety of different ways, with the way that JJ McCarthy was carrying himself in press conferences, Kyler Murray as well, the way that Kevin O'Connell was kind of just not letting his cards be shown whatsoever. But now a lot of people are going to say the right quarterback got it. Some people are going to say, well, let's wait and see. And now you have seen Kyler Murray is kind of handling it. And it goes to show that he wasn't coming here expecting to be just handed the quarterback job. Kind of just like last season, where JJ McCarthy wasn't necessarily going to be handed the keys to the car, but we knew that he eventually was going to. But now with this season, it was very much different this time around. And when speaking even on the quarterback competition, Kevin O'Connell also chimed in on it, because now, again, Kevin O'Connell can reveal a little bit more, as he said that it's been a true competition. We feel like we're at a place where we've made a complete evaluation. We've had this timeline as Nolan and I worked through the summer. We would have had a good idea of where guys were at and where we'd want to provide clarity, not only for the players involved, but most importantly for our team, our offense, and the direction that we wanted to go. And there was a lot of reports that were coming out kind of in favor of JJ McCarthy because of Kyler Murray's comfort level with the offense. That's why he was getting more reps with the ones. So a lot of people were worried about how comfortable Kyler Murray is getting with the offense. And Kevin O'Connell did speak to that as well, saying that it is he had some really high completion days, and where he was able to show some really good understanding of just putting the ball in play, playing with great timing and rhythm. And as you continue to look at the body of work, really through those 10 days, what jumped out is what could be. Now, this is what I think is a little bit scary depending on how you look at it, because Kyler Murray, he brings a boatload of talent. We know that he has the capability to be a top-end talent when he is at his prime. It's just a matter of, can he get back to the way that he was playing in his prime, and can he adapt to this very complex Kevin O'Connell offensive scheme? We've seen how veteran quarterbacks can run it, and he is very much on the brink of being a veteran quarterback. He's going into his 8th year in the league. Meanwhile, he hasn't really played all of those 8 years, yes, but he still is going into that transition period of going from a younger NFL player to a veteran NFL player and a veteran quarterback in this league, and someone who is looking to be the next franchise quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings after it didn't necessarily work out in Arizona. So he's going to have a big chip on his shoulder, so he's going to have to learn very quickly, and he feels like he has been learning very quickly as well as he spoke to this comfort level within this offense. But what worries me is that Kevin O'Connell being stuck on the what could be is kind of what got us in this situation with JJ McCarthy in the first place. I just hope that Kyler Murray is going to be the absolute opposite now that he's been named the starting quarterback. And him speaking to that comfort level, saying every day it keeps getting better, just trying to come out here, put my best foot forward. There's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days, face adversity every single day. But again, I'm definitely getting more comfortable as each day goes. Going even further, saying that from where I was come OTAs to now, I'm light years ahead of where I was. It's going to continue to grow, continue to get more comfortable as we continue to get these reps in. So that's going to be a very big shoe to fill, where he is going to have to step in and lead this Minnesota team, where after last season, it's not necessarily a huge shoe to fill, but it is one that brings a lot of expectations because of what this roster has and what they can reach as far as their capabilities. And it's just going to go as far as Kyler Murray can take them. And now that Kyler Murray has been named the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, how am I necessarily feeling about it? I just hope that Minnesota made the right decision. I didn't really have a dog in the fight. I was just wanting Minnesota to make the right decision for the team, because they're going to be seeing things that we don't fully see. They're going to be seeing every single rep. We only see a very small portion of it. And as far as what the best case scenario was, I think this was the best case scenario for both quarterbacks. Really kind of taking a little bit more pressure off of JJ McCarthy, so that if he is put into a spot where he has to start, it's not necessarily a lot of pressure on him. Versus if he was named the starting quarterback going into week 1, that was going to be a hell of a lot of pressure on him, where the second that he slipped up, or the first game he slipped up, people were going to be calling for Kyler Murray to go in there. Kyler Murray, as far as the media narrative is concerned, or fan reactions is concerned, not necessarily the team, is if he goes in there, he's going to have a lot more leeway come week 1. And it's going to be a lot of weeks where if he's not great week 1, people are going to at least give him 3, maybe 4, or maybe the week 6 bye to kind of really start turning on him, going, all right, is this really the right decision that the Vikings were making and having Kyler Murray as their starting quarterback? But if it was JJ McCarthy in there, if it was after week 1, people would be on fire going, hey, get him the hell out of there and get Kyler Murray in there as the starting quarterback. And I think a lot of that is just excitement. People want to see what Kyler Murray can do with this offense, with Justin Jefferson, with Jordan Addison, Juwan Jennings, having Aaron Jones there, Jordan Mason looking a lot better this year, as well as Damon Claiborne being a rookie and a lot of explosivity and what he can bring to the table, and having a healthy offensive line and weapons that in a team that he didn't really have in Arizona, and a team that believes in him because now they are choosing him as their starting quarterback. He wasn't necessarily given the keys to the car and just saying, hey, run wild and have fun. He is going to be able to have fun, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't something that he just was given. He had to absolutely earn it. And as far as the pressure going into week 1 against the Green Bay Packers, he's not feeling any of that pressure, where he was saying about that, saying that I get to play the game that I love every single day. No pressure at all. I don't got to do too much. I got a great surrounding cast around me, and I'm thankful. And I think this is what I love the most about what Kyler Murray had to say today, is that he has a great surrounding cast around it, so he doesn't have to do too much. And that is what the biggest problem has been for the Minnesota Vikings as far as the quarterback position, is that when you have a quarterback in there that tries to do too much. Kirk Cousins, his first year in Minnesota, it was ugly. There were some great moments, don't get me wrong, but when the moments were bad, they were really bad because he was trying to do too much. You look at Josh Allen in his rookie year, or even his second year, he was trying to do way too much. After he kind of toned that back a little bit and kind of just started playing quarterback and not having to do everything on the team, or just trying to make a play happen every single play and just make it like it's critical fourth down in the fourth quarter. He wasn't like that after that, and he kind of just shipped his game up a little bit. Then you look at Kirk Cousins, his first year in Minnesota. It was a lot like that. He was trying to do too much, trying to play hero ball, kind of toned it back a little bit. You look at what Carson Wentz was doing in Indianapolis. That was the same sort of thing. JJ McCarthy last year, he was also trying to play a little bit too much hero ball, and that was a very big criticism for him. So Kyler Murray, he has a great roster around him. He has a great offensive line. He has a really good running back core that isn't necessarily great, but it has the potential to be a lot better than people are expecting. So it's just letting those guys go out there and do their job and letting Kyler Murray just be himself, be the Kyler Murray that he can be, that we've seen him be possible of being, and we will be okay. Now, Kevin O'Connell did let something else out as well about the process of how they told the quarterbacks, saying that he and Nolan Teasley met with JJ McCarthy and Kyler Murray first about the quarterback decision and then told the rest of the team, because JJ McCarthy, as much as people don't want to admit it, will remain a key part in the quarterback room despite Kyler Murray starting. So I do like the decorum that the Vikings had here with going to talk with Kyler Murray and JJ McCarthy each separately, telling him, hey, here's how things are going to be going down, and then telling the rest of the team. Then the media finds out about it, and then so on and so forth. And then we get to talk about it, and now all of this conversation is finally over as the quarterback competition came to an end today, and now we don't have to overanalyze every little thing in practice and just have to scrutinize every little thing or overanalyze or kind of overreact and things like that. Now we can just go out and enjoy Minnesota Vikings football. So let us know what you guys think down in the comments below about how you're feeling about this. Were you hoping it was JJ McCarthy? Are you happy it's Kyler Murray? What are your expectations for Kyler Murray now that he's been named the starting quarterback? Let us know down in the comments below, as that's going to do it for this episode of Vikings Digest. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, staying updated, and hitting that bell icon so you don't miss the episodes when they drop. But for now, I've been your host, Griffen. Take care.